Everybody, welcome back. As promised, I'm here in the Adirondacks for the early muzzleloader season. I did my loadout video of all the kind of kit that I was going to take with me in the previous video. This time we're going to put that KUIU gear to work. This is night number 1. I'm getting ready to head up on the mountain. Okay, before I get too far up the mountain, I'm going to give you the lowdown. I'm going to give you the scoop. I was in here last year during rifle season. I picked up a pretty good mountaintop. It's not really a series of hilltops like a ridge would be. This is basically a hill with 2 humps with a saddle in between that sits in the middle of valleys on either side. And on one hump, there's a big group of rocks. I can kind of sit with my back up against a rock and I can watch that saddle. On the other hump, there's a group of oak trees and a place where I found a buck bedded during a snowstorm. And there's a lot of oak trees up there. There's a cliff off the back side of that. So the idea is to kind of just get up there tonight, get myself reacquainted with the topography in the area. That way when I'm snooping around up in here, this ground's pretty big. I don't get lost or turned around. I'm just going to go during daylight, get up here to a vantage point. I'm going to sit, watch the sun go down, and hopefully a big old Adirondack buck or a small Adirondack buck's going to walk in front of me and present me with a shot. If not, I'm going to gather my intel, head back down the mountain, sit by the fire, and rest up for tomorrow's hunt. So we'll see you at the top of the mountain. Okay, I'm in the acorns. I used the rain, the sound of the rain, to really run up this hill to get in position. So I'm feeling pretty good. Each one of the hilltops on this hump have a plethora of oak trees, so the chances of catching a deer going in between the 2 humps through the saddle, I want to tell myself is a pretty good chance. So I'm going to go ahead, get set up by this rock I normally sit by, and settle down for an evening sit. So hang in there. I'm going to get set up and I'll show you what I'm looking at. So last year during a snowstorm, I sat in the same spot, and you could really see up through the woods here. There's a hilltop right over there, not much higher than this one, but still it's about 150 yards away. And after a while, I got down this bottom and I came around this side of the saddle, and I cut a track going up through. And I found a fresh rub. I found a fresh rub. So I kept following those tracks off through the woods up towards the other hilltop. I found his bed where I literally just jumped him So I gave him a second or two, about 5 minutes. I started trailing him off because I know that down off the other side there's a cliff on this side. And then right down off the hill on that side there's a big flat. And I was wondering if he was looking back at me. So I crept up, not on his trail, but I could still see his tracks. And I just kept peeking over that skyline a little bit at a time. And I never saw him, but right after I got over that edge, there was a coyote track that had just cut his track and took him down off the other side. So that was the story of that buck. And I've been dreaming all year of coming back up in here and finding that buck bedded up on this mountain here. And to be honest with you, it seems kind of like a stupid dream to have and to waste a full year thinking about, but it's been fun. Spend a couple days kind of poking around the mountain here, and we'll see what happens. Were just running around in front of me, like chasing each other around playing. But they went back the way they came. That's pretty exciting. I've only been here a couple minutes. Okay, well, I'm fixing to call it quits for night one. I saw those couple